We got a couple of big green days in here on Boeing the past couple of trading sessions. You had this $10 low to high in here, the trading session before today. Today, a gap up, a little bit of a pullback in here, obviously, with the full market, but we still closed green up around $4.74 from yesterday's close. Closed at 158, had a low in here of 153 and a high of 159.54. What are we looking at in here on the daily chart with this 9-day EMA? Is going to be an area of resistance for us. That's basically right at that psychological level of the 160. So going forward, that's going to be an area of concern for us. If we do break that, then we're going to be looking at this area up here in the 167s. You can see that was a nice support for us here back in January, and not really much of a resistance in here in December. So if we do repeat, kind of go up here, kind of work a little consolidation after this 9-day EMA, this resistance shouldn't be that much of a problem for us, but we are concerned about this 200 SMA in here. So it's all going to be kind of lining up right there at that 160. But as before, not really much of resistance at psychological level, but it was a huge level for support for us in here back in January. So, and we might repeat, could just bust through it and then head up higher. If we do head up higher, our first resistance in here is going to be at that 173 mark. Now, support wise, what are we looking at? Well, we have this immediate support of 158. 01, but that depends on what we're going to do tomorrow, gap down, what's going to happen, right? So really, we're going to be looking at that 153 mark. That's basically the low in here that we placed in here today. Below that is going to be this 146 area in here. You can see that was a nice support for us 3 trading sessions ago. And that's also confirmed back here in October and November as well as a good area of support. It also lines up with our lower trend line here on our large ascending wedge here that is happening on the daily chart. So all in all, that is kind of the key levels that we're looking at in here. It's all going to depend on if we're going to gap and go tomorrow or gap up and consolidate a little bit more, but 2 big green days in here. So might have to kind of take a breather up here above the 160s after we break them and then kind of hold and then kind of reset and go. RSI is still completely oversold though, so you don't have to worry about anything on that front. Below average volume relative to itself and what we were back in here in like October and things like that. So that is going to be what we're going to be watching as well. So a little bit of volume, a little bit of RSI uptick, and then maybe a nice breach and hold of the 160s. Then we can start to climb higher in here on Boeing. Your Ivy ranking here is right around 65. So all in all, relative to itself, prices of the premium in here are pretty juiced. You have right around a $4 expected move by this Friday. Next Friday, which is your monthlies, everybody's pricing in right around an $8 expected move. If you go all the way out to April, right around a $14 expected move. And then you have April 23rd earnings coming up in here. So we got another earnings cycle coming up in here in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. So we might be getting some more volatility in here and start kind of climbing higher within the next month and a half or so. But until then, we're just going to be watching these key levels again that we mentioned before, the 9-day EMA at that 160. We're watching our support down here at the 153s, and then we're watching this 173 level or this 200 SMA here on the daily, whichever one of those do come first. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.